Are you ready to feel more confident, resilient, and joyful in your life? Do you know that I just don't talk about selective mutism? So, this is what I'm talking to you today. Hey, welcome to my channel. Today I have got an incredible guest, Jo Rennie, who is a transformation coach, and she's one of those people who truly makes you feel supported, seen, and ready to take on the world. And if you are an adult or a parent of a child with anxiety, we all need a little bit of a pickup. And Jo's mission is all about helping you find your unique path to feel more confident, resilient, and joyful in your life. How does that happen? We're going to discover that together. And Jo works through transformative coaching and personal development, guiding people towards unlocking what Jo calls a unique awesomeness. So without further ado, here is Jo. So Jo, tell us a little bit about you.
I'm now a transformative coach. However, I was a music therapist working with children and teens and adults in different settings, but I did that for about 13 years.
It's amazing, but that is really the reality. We all have issues, we all have fears. And in my family dynamic approach, I always say, don't focus on what your child cannot do. So, for example, in my case is the non-talking, but also make your child understand that we all have issues. And we are in it together, being fierce, being, trying. And I'm wondering, you have seen a lot of children and a lot of adults. And I'm wondering, what are the effective strategies or some strategies that parents and educators can use to boost children's confidence and self-worth from a very young age?
So, obviously I was a music therapist, so music, being creative has been such an important part of my life. But that's it. For me, it's simplifying things. It's not creating strategies that people have to go away and learn how to do and have to, feel uncomfortable doing. Let's just simplify it. Creativity. Creativity plays such an important role in kind of encouraging and developing all of the personal development traits that we need through our childhood, into our teenage years, into our young adult years, through and beyond. Things like engaging in activities, drawing, making music, even if you don't play an instrument, just having like little instruments about the house, making little model clays, anything at all, movement, dance, baking, anything that we can encourage our children to be expressive so that they can, figure out their sense of self, their sense of identity. If you've got some crayons, some pencils, some paint, sit down with your child or in a class environment. And especially to do with emotional regulation and understanding, in order to be able to regulate our emotions, we need to know what they are first, right? We need to be able to understand what they are. So just starting with the core basic emotions like happiness, anger, sadness, what does that look like? Would you like to draw me what that looks like? But it's a wonderful way that you can bond with your child. You can do it too. What does happiness look like for you? Well, mummy, what does it look like for you? And then you can share. So it's a really amazing way of just connecting, but allowing your child to really figure out what those emotions feel like, look like, but in a safe space.
But then, Jo, how can building resilience in children help them then handle challenges or setback or, for example, the peer pressure? And how can parents do that in a positive way?
We know that creativity is a wonderful way of reducing stress and anxiety. So, when we're in that kind of fight or flight survival mode, state, when we're anxious, maybe it is about speech, maybe it's doing new things. Creativity, being creative is a wonderful way to regulate the nervous system, first and foremost. So when we can regulate the nervous system, then we can work on activities that are going to, help our children to Be more accepting of things that they can't control. We know that we can't control everything that happens in this world. There are many things that we can, things within us. But for children, it's really difficult to understand that. So I think being able to model adaptability, being able to help our children figure out that there isn't just plan A, there isn't just a straight line to get somewhere, that we sometimes have to have plan B, plan C in our back pocket, and that it's okay when things change. Allowing them to see and being modeled to the ability to be able to pause and reflect and choose constructive responses as opposed to just being really reactive, which of course, as we know, the brain doesn't fully develop until the age of 25. So kind of the mid-20s. So expecting children to be able to be resilient all the time isn't exactly, it's not going to happen every single time. But we can keep going and we can praise the efforts as they go along. There are two really great things that I do to do with resilience. One I do in Club Awesome, which is my personal development course for children. But the thing we do at home is board games. Board games are an amazing way of teaching children how to be resilient, especially if they have a competitive nature.
It's about participating. It's about trying.
Absolutely. But what it also does is what I love is it encourages them to get creative with strategies. So again, bringing that creativity into it and being able to seek support. That's one of the fundamentals that we want for our children. We want them to feel safe and secure enough in who they are that they can then, if they are struggling, go and ask for support, go and ask a teacher to help, go and, come to you when they've got a problem. And this is why building resilience is so incredibly important. But I have one gorgeous activity, which I encourage children to do with their families. And I call it the Grow Your Garden of Positivity. So you basically just download or you can draw a flower and have about 6 to 8 petals. And in each petal, you write something or you encourage your child to write something that they love about themselves, that they're proud of, that they achieved. Getting them used to positive self-talk, because one of the things I think, even going through to adulthood, that we really need the most resilience against is negative self-talk. We are hardwired for negativity. So if we can encourage children from a young age to start seeing the good in themselves, even if they didn't come first in a race, or they maybe didn't get the mark that they wanted in a school test, let's actually, but do you know what? I tried really hard. Like, I put my best effort in. I achieved this. I didn't win, but I came second. Like, that's good enough for me. Or, I'm a really good brother or sister. I'm really kind. Or, anything that they can think, or anything about their appearance, because I think appearance is really important.
One of the difficulties that children with anxiety have is that they are not good enough. And this self-negative thoughts. Think about, would you use those words with your best friend? Your brain is your best friend. What can parents do when faced with a child that is so negative?
Being creative as adults with the way that we connect with our children, I think, is so important. Spending that quality time together. I also feel that modeling, and I think you mentioned modeling our own failings or our own faults, or if we didn't get something right, or if we're not having a great day, I think showing children that it's okay, that you don't have to be positive all the time. We have an array of emotions, and each of those emotions is healthy. If we are feeling anxious, I'm feeling quite anxious today, and talking about it. And I think it's creating a safe space where children can open up and say, or show, or demonstrate, I'm not feeling okay today.
If your child is negative, one of the things is to really thank them for sharing the way that they are feeling.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing, we can change the way our brain works. It can't happen overnight. Our brain is such an incredible thing, and we can create neural pathways that are more geared toward the positive, but it's about being consistent. It's about persevering. It's like when people say, I did positive affirmations, for a week, and I didn't feel that they were doing anything for me. Well, I mean, unfortunately, gonna have, it takes a little bit longer. It's a practice. It's like getting up every morning and brushing your teeth. You don't just brush your teeth for the first few years of your life and then you've got great teeth. You've got to keep going. And it's the same with this kind of work. It's lifelong work. And that's why I'm so passionate about doing it with children and instilling it in them so that they can be like, do you know what? I did this exercise when I was 8. I'm going to do it again now that I'm 12. Oh, I can feel some stuff going on inside. I'm a teenager. Hormones are going on. I'm going to do that exercise again now. Like, keep doing these things.
You're really all in it. And I'm just thinking what would be for you that you're watching this video, what would be the words that you're taking away from today? And please comment below. You'll be able to find, all the details about Jo. Jo has helped many, many people, and she is dedicated to create or to help you creating, yourself, nurturing or finding the right environment for yourself and for your family and supporting you as you grow. That's if you're an adult or if you've got a child with anxiety. We've got loads of exciting things, Jo and I, but we're not going to reveal them just now. Keep following us and keep tuning in and comment below. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you the next time, because remember to subscribe, comment and share with those that you think might find this video useful. I will see you in the next video, which will be next week. Take care. Thank you, Jo.